Hello, this is Miss Caramagno from Mountain View High School, and this video is going to be about the additional tools that are part of the highlighting tool we downloaded last time. You can find this tool in your add-ons by going to Add-ons, Highlighter Tool, and Start. I have already started mine. Notice that I have added some typical highlighters that I might use as a student at Mountain View High School. I have my social studies highlighters of social, political, and economic that I've used here on this document from history about King Louis XVI. And I've also included some highlighters that I'm using in my Spanish class as part of a unit on prepositions and nouns. And finally, I have a highlighter that I'm using in my English class in a unit on descriptive language. I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can use these for different classes. I can add additional highlighters that I might use for science or math. You can actually add as many as you want to. There's no limit. So here I have social, political, and economic. But if I was studying prepositions and nouns in a Spanish class, I might be asked to look at a piece of Spanish text and find those things in the text. So here is the actual task that I've been given by my teacher. Identify the prepositions and nouns in the Spanish poem by Gustavo Adolfo Becker. This particular poem is called Eternal Love, and it is about eternal love, but I have highlighted just the nouns here in purple and the prepositions in orange. Now, I don't know if this is actually the kind of task that Spanish teachers here at Mountain View assign, but at least it is one way to use this tool in a world languages class. Here, I have a section of Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. It's Act 1, Scene 5, and it is the section where Romeo sees Juliet for the first time. Now, we're working on descriptive language in my English class, and so I have gone through and used the highlighter tool to highlight the descriptive language that Romeo uses to describe Juliet. That is the task that I was given. How is Juliet described by Romeo? So here I've gone through and highlighted that language in turquoise. Now there is an additional thing that this tool can do. I'm going to go back to my social studies document to show you how it works. You can export just the things that you've highlighted, and you have two ways to do it. You can export it by sequence if you just want to pull out everything you highlighted in a document and put it in a new document, or you can organize it by color. This is particularly useful if you're writing an essay and you want the essay to be organized in the same way as the highlights that you've used for a particular document. So I have this document right here, and you can see that I have political things in more than one place on the document. I have pink up here at the top, and I have pink here at the bottom. What if I wanted to just get all the pink together? So in that situation, I would use export highlights by color. Now it's created a new document for me, and it's loading the link for that document. When I click on this link, I'm going to get a new document that is in my drive. I can also find it by going to my drive. And as you can see, my key for labeling is at the top, but then it has pulled out all of the political things that I highlighted and put them together, and all of the economic and all of the social. Now, this is particularly useful if you are preparing to write an essay and you only want to write about the thing you have the most information for. It's really easy to see that I have more here for political than I do for the others. So that's just one way that you might use this tool. I can also export by sequence, which just pulls out the things that I've highlighted and puts them in a new document. It will take out anything that I haven't highlighted and just give me the highlighted information, but it'll be in the same order. All right, that concludes this video. I'm Ms. Caramagno from Mountain View High School. Take a minute to practice using some of these tools so you can see how they work. And thank you for watching.